Welcome to They're All People. Every conversation is a chance to give 1% more than expected.
It was a gray morning in the city, the kind of morning that made even the coffee look tired. Rain tapped the window like it was auditioning for a sad jazz number. I was on my second cup, maybe my third. At this point, caffeine was more of a lifestyle choice than a beverage. Then the phone rang. Twice. 2 clients, 2 complaints, 1 missing man. "Can't get a hold of your guy Chris," they said. Chris, my golden goose, my rainmaker, the guy who could sell a comb to a bald man and make him thank him for it. But now he'd vanished into the Bermuda Triangle of missed calls. I leaned back in my chair, which creaked louder than my knees on a Monday, and started connecting imaginary dots. Maybe he'd gone rogue. Maybe he'd joined the circus. Maybe he was just finally taking a lunch break. The possibilities were endless, and all of them bad. I was halfway through typing an email that could strip paint, subject line, "We need to talk," when a small voice in my head said, "Easy, detective. Remember care. Clarify. Ask. Relate. Encourage." Sounded more like a laundry detergent than a leadership method, but it worked. So I holstered my keyboard and called him in. Chris walked into my office looking like a man who'd gone 12 rounds with life and lost on points. Tie sideways, eyes heavy, posture courtesy of a deflated balloon. I said, "Sit down, kid. Heard you've been off the radar. That's not like you." He sighed, rubbed his face, and said, "My dad's in the hospital. It's been rough." The room went still, just me, him, and the faint hum of a ceiling fan spinning like it knew secrets. I felt that old gut punch of guilt, the one that says, maybe don't assume everyone's falling apart just because you're paranoid. We worked out a plan, shifted some calls, gave him breathing room, told him to focus on what mattered. A week later, he was back, sharper than a new pencil and twice as dangerous in a sales meeting. That's when it hit me, like a clue in a cheap detective novel. Feedback isn't about pointing fingers, it's about opening doors. You don't build trust by playing tough cop. You build it by remembering we're all human, just trying to make it through the rain.
I can practically see the trench coat and fedora in that one. You've got the whole Rainy City Bureau of Feedback Affairs vibe going. But I'll tell you what, behind the spoof, there's truth. I think back to my first time running a crew. I made every mistake in the handbook. Either I'd clam up and let the silence do the awkward tap dance, or I'd go full hardball and watch faces drop faster than my stomach at review time. You get that look, the one where trust walks out before the person does. And man, once that happens, you spend days, sometimes weeks, earning it back. So if you're listening and nodding, thinking, "Yep, that's me," you're not alone. Most of us have swerved off both sides of that road, but when you finally get this right, when you can deliver a hard truth with calm, clarity, and care, it changes everything. People don't just hear you, they trust you. They talk to you before small stuff turns big. And that's when a crew starts to click, when they stop hiding mistakes and start fixing them with you.
Absolutely, and it works everywhere, not just for construction teams or on fields. You could be in a client meeting, selling shoes, coaching rec soccer, even talking with your teenager. If you treat feedback as care, not a gotcha, people feel it. So that's what we're going after today. Making feedback feel less like a rainstorm, more like a clean baton pass.
All right, so how do we turn that rainstorm into a relay? Enter the CARE method. I call it Coach Brain because it's ripped straight from pro sports. CARE breaks down like this. C for clarify your intention, A for ask before you tell, R is relate to their goals, and E stands for encourage next steps. It's basically the cheat code for not messing up tough talks.
Let's make this stick with a quick role play. Jake, you're the boss. I'm the rookie, fresh on your team.
All right, I step over. Hey, can I check in with you about the safety gear from yesterday? I pause, not barking, just asking.
I feel my ears heat up, nervous, but I nod. Go ahead.
I know you're trying to make this crew the safest in the district. Yesterday, saw you skipped the harness, looked rushed. What happened? Pause. See how I'm connecting it to what we both care about? Not just rules, but pride, safety, people.
Then I say, didn't want to slow everyone down.
I appreciate that. And every minute saved means nothing if someone's hurt. Harness first, speed second. Deal?
Got it.
Awesome. I appreciate your commitment on this, for yourself and the team. That last bit is huge. Encouragement and what's next, not just a stairwell lecture. Harvard and Gallup both found teams improve substantially when feedback is tied to shared goals, not just what went wrong.
Yes, and this doesn't have to be a full TED Talk every time. My favorite moment from shadowing a volleyball coach. Between sets, she'd pull a player over, quick hand on the shoulder. Hey, your serves bring us together. Stay consistent. I trust you. Less than 10 seconds, but it shifted her whole energy. That's care in action.
Check in before check down, because if you just go straight to do better, people tune out. But a check-in says, I'm in this with you. That's the magic. Check in before check down.
So let's give everyone a way to practice right now, not next week. Here's the move. Pick just one conversation with a direct report today that matters. Walk it through care in under 60 seconds. Clarify your intent. Ask permission. Relate it to a goal you both care about. Encourage a small next step. Don't overthink it. Just do the rep. This is how sports teams do it, over and over, so it becomes muscle memory.
And measurement? Here's how you know it's working. When you start, people might look suspicious, maybe guarded, like, uh-oh, here we go. But if they pause before answering instead of just shutting down, if you see them add their own idea after feedback, or if you notice the room feels a little lighter, that's progress. You'll see folks stick around after the meeting, not sprint for the door. For me, the biggest shift came when I quietly tracked every check-in. My crew switched from ducking me to actually coming up and saying, hey, how did I do today? That was huge.
That's proof, right there. The win state? You can feel it. Trust isn't forced, it shows up on its own. Meetings don't drag, feedback lands. People even start joking, riffing, suggesting tweaks. Suddenly, you're not a rain shouter, you're the one who passes the baton so smoothly everyone picks up speed. And listen, to make this stick, you gotta do the practice. Leave a comment in the community with how your first care-based check-in went. Did you get a smile, a groan, or maybe a story you didn't expect? That's where the learning lives. Be urgent about it. This is how you get better, together.
Exactly. Don't just listen. Go run the play. Don't wait for permission, just try it. If you mess up, cool, try again at lunch. We want you to be the best at this because when you lead like this, people remember you in the best way. See you all in Chapter 10.
You've been listening to They're All People. Don't wait for culture to change. Start it with your next conversation.